Now we will derive governing equations. The first governing equation is continuity equation, the second one is momentum equation, the third one is energy equation. We will derive continuity equation from the mass conservation principle. We will derive momentum equation from Newton's second law. We will derive energy equation from first law of thermodynamics. The fourth one is equation of state, which is P is equal to rho into R into T, and this is for ideal gas. The fifth one is speed of sound, which is denoted by small a, and Mach number, which is denoted by capital M. Now let us look at these two figures, figure A and this one, figure B. In the first figure, area A in the x direction or throughout the duct is constant. So the properties such as pressure, density, temperature, all will be function of x. Is all will be function of x. Look at figure B, in which area A is varying in the x direction, or we can say it is the function of x only, and in this case we assume that the properties of the fluid such as pressure, density, temperature varies only and only in x direction, and we neglect the variation in y and z directions. This is only an assumption, and such type of flow is known as quasi one-dimensional flow. In this case also pressure will vary as a function of x only, density will vary as a function of x only, and temperature will also vary as a function of x only. The flow in figure A will be called one-dimension flow, and the flow in the duct shown in figure B will be known as quasi one-dimensional flow, because we have assumed that flow properties vary in only x direction. Now let us first derive continuity equation. We will derive continuity equation, momentum equation and energy equation from the basic integral form of equation. So this is the integral form of mass conservation equation. Now we will perform these integrals at 1 and at 2. We will assume that flow is steady or steady state exists, which means all terms containing dou by dou t will be 0. So the second term will be 0. So we will be left with only first term, which is dou v into ds equal to 0. Now perform this integral at 1. So minus of at 1 density is rho 1 v dot ds. We will assume that area at 1 is A1 and area at 2 is A2. At 1, velocity u1 is in this direction and area A1 vector is in the opposite direction. So minus u1 A1 plus at 2 density is rho 2, velocity v2 is in right direction and area A2 is also in the right direction. So its dot product will be u2 into A2, this equal to 0. So our continuity equation will become rho 1 u1 a1 equal to rho 2 u2 a2. This is our continuity equation. We can also write this equation as rho u a is equal to constant. Rho u a is equal to constant for one dimensional flow. Area A is constant. This implies A1 is equal to A2 and our continuity equation will become rho 1 U1 is equal to rho 2 U2, or we can say rho U is equal to constant. Rho U is equal to constant. We can also write continuity equation in differential form. So take rho UA is equal to constant. Now perform differentiation both sides and divide the equation by rho UA and we will get dou rho by rho plus dou U by U plus dou A by A is equal to 0. We have to perform differentiation and then we have to divide the whole equation by rho UA. So our equation will become dou rho by rho plus dou U by U plus dou A by A is equal to 0. If we take rho U is equal to constant and perform differentiation both sides and divide the whole equation by rho into U, our differential equation will become dou rho by rho plus dou U by U is equal to 0. So these are integral and differential forms of continuity equation. Now let us derive momentum equation. Consider first integral form of the momentum equation. The first term denotes net momentum going out of the control volume, The second term denotes rate of change of momentum of fluid contained in the control volume. The third term is body forces acting on the fluid element contained in the control volume, and the last one is pressure force acting on the fluid element contained in the control volume. Now we will assume two things. The first one, that our flow is steady flow, which means all the terms containing dou by dou t will become 0. So our second term will become 0. And the second assumption we will make is that there are no body forces acting on the fluid contained in the control volume. So our third term will also become 0. So we will be left with only two terms. The first one, integral of rho v into ds into v is equal to minus t ds. Now we will perform these integrals on the control volume. So the first term will be rho 1 c v dot ds at 1 velocity u1 is the right direction, area A is in left direction. So the first term will become minus u1 a1 into v, which is u1, plus at 2 velocity u2 is in the right direction and area vector a2 is also in the right direction, a2. So the dot product will become u2 into a2 and into v means u2 is equal to minus of, at 1 pressure is acting in the right direction and area A, this vector is in the left direction. So the first term will come out to be minus P1 A1, and similarly we can also find second term, which will come out to be P2 into A2. We'll also assume that area A1 is equal to area A2. So all area terms will be cut out and finally we will be left with P1 into rho 1 U1 square equal to P2 plus rho 2 U2 square. This is our momentum equation. This is our momentum equation. We can also write this as P plus rho u square is equal to constant. P plus rho u square is equal to constant. If we want to find differential form of the momentum equation, then apply differentiation both the sides and the equation will become dp plus, see here the term is rho u square. We can write this as rho u into u. We know that rho into u is constant. So we will take out rho u as constant and the only term will remain u, which will become du will become 0. So this is the differential form of momentum equation. This is differential form of momentum equation. Next we will derive energy equation.